What if I told you that one of the world's most fearless comedians just exposed something the FBI never wanted you to hear? That behind the laughter, behind the stage lights, and behind the smoke-filled rooms of Hollywood's most protected circles, there's a dark web of lies, surveillance, and a family so powerful, so untouchable, that even Dave Chappelle himself was warned to stay quiet or disappear. Tonight, everything changes. Dave Chappelle has broken his silence. After months of rumors, anonymous leaks, and strange disappearances from social media, he's finally revealed the truth, a truth that ties directly to a name whispered across Hollywood back rooms for decades. The Kirks, a dynasty cloaked in luxury, politics, and power, but allegedly hiding one of the most disturbing secrets the entertainment world has ever faced. And now, the FBI is being accused of covering it all up. But why? What are the Kirks hiding? And why is Dave Chappelle suddenly the center of a story that feels more like a spy thriller than stand-up comedy? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you might just change the way you see fame, freedom, and fear forever. To understand the chaos unfolding right now, we need to rewind way back to the strange, tangled history between Dave Chappelle, Hollywood's hidden elite, and a mysterious dynasty known simply as the Kirks. On the surface, the Kirks are nothing short of royalty. Their name drips with power, from tech investments to political donations, movie production companies, and a quiet but undeniable influence over what the public gets to see, hear, and believe. But insiders have whispered for years that the family's spotless reputation hides a labyrinth of corruption, control, and blackmail that reaches the highest levels of government, and it all circles back to one man who refused to play by their rules: Dave Chappelle. For years, Chappelle was known as the man who walked away from a $50 million deal, a decision that shocked the entire entertainment world. But what people didn't realize back then was that his sudden departure wasn't about creative control, stress, or artistic freedom. According to insiders who have now come forward, it was about fear. Fear of what he had discovered behind the curtain of Hollywood's most powerful network. In 2005, Chappelle reportedly began noticing unusual behavior on set. Certain executives, linked through quiet partnerships to the Kirks investment firm, began monitoring his jokes, censoring sketches, and even altering scripts without his approval. At first, he thought it was just corporate meddling. But when several of his staffers mysteriously resigned overnight, claiming pressure from above, he started to question everything. Then came the moment that changed everything. During a late-night studio session, an anonymous envelope was slipped under Chappelle's dressing room door. Inside were photographs, financial documents, and handwritten notes detailing private meetings between executives, politicians, and members of the Kirk family. The notes contained one chilling phrase written in black ink: "Keep them laughing. Keep them blind." According to a now-deleted Reddit thread from a supposed former network assistant, those words became an obsession for Chappelle. He began asking questions, too many questions, about why certain comedians were blacklisted, why others suddenly received massive contracts, and why specific jokes about politics or media never made it to air. Within weeks, he vanished to South Africa, claiming he needed peace. But insiders now say it wasn't a retreat. It was an escape. Fast forward to the present. Chappelle, older, wiser, and more defiant than ever, has started weaving cryptic messages into his live shows. Fans noticed subtle references, hidden barbs about puppet masters, families that fund fear, and agents that hide behind badges. For months, audiences thought it was just part of his comedy, until last week, when a secret recording surfaced online, allegedly capturing Chappelle during a closed-door event in Ohio, saying, "They think I forgot, but I've got everything. Every file, every tape, every name." That clip exploded online, igniting a storm that hasn't stopped since. Within 24 hours, anonymous Twitter accounts began Posting claims that the Kirks were behind major lobbying efforts to suppress certain stories in the media, especially ones tied to political surveillance and entertainment funding. And then came the most chilling development yet. Reports that Chappelle's phones were being tapped. According to an alleged former security contractor, plainclothes federal agents were seen near Chappelle's Ohio property just days before his comments leaked. The contractor's anonymous post claimed he's being watched. They want to know what he's got. Now, the internet is in meltdown mode. Fans are terrified. Conspiracy theorists are connecting dots at lightning speed, and even major outlets are avoiding the story entirely. Why? Because what Chappelle supposedly uncovered threatens not just one family's image, but the credibility of institutions that claim to protect us. Every late-night host, every comedian, every journalist suddenly seems silent, as if they've been told to back off. And Dave, he's not backing off. He's doubling down. He's about to say what everyone else is too scared to whisper. Because according to those close to him, Dave Chappelle believes the FBI has been helping the Kirks hide something. Something that could unravel the very foundation of trust between Hollywood, politics, and the public. And if their amours are true, the next move he makes might not just change comedy. It might change America. The first real explosion came 2 nights after Dave's Ohio performance, when a shadowy video clip appeared on a small YouTube channel known for exposing deep state corruption. The clip, shaky and grainy, allegedly showed a heated exchange between Dave Chappelle and 2 unidentified men in suits outside a black SUV. One of them reportedly flashed a badge. The audio was muffled, but one line came through crystal clear. "Mr. Chappelle, this is bigger than you. Walk away." Within hours, the clip was removed, but not before millions had already downloaded and shared it. Hashtags like #Chappelle cover-up and #KirkFiles began trending across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans were demanding answers. Why would the FBI be warning a comedian to walk away? What was he walking away from? Then came the documents. An anonymous user calling themselves Laugh Track Leak uploaded a series of redacted files to Pastebin, claiming they were internal FBI communications. The documents referenced a media containment protocol related to Subject K, allegedly referring to the Kirks, and a secondary note mentioning Chappelle's public statements may compromise ongoing coordination. Whether real or fabricated, the damage was instant. The public smelled something rotten, but this wasn't just about leaked memos. Insiders started to talk. A supposed former production manager from one of Chappelle's Netflix specials told the Daily Pulse, a gossip site notorious for uncovering Hollywood secrets, that before every taping, a security consultant hired by Netflix would enter the green room and remove unauthorized devices, according to the source. These weren't normal security checks, they were sweeps, microphone scans, RF jammers. The insider claimed they weren't protecting Dave, they were protecting someone from Dave. Within 48 hours, Chappelle himself dropped another bombshell during a surprise appearance at a small Chicago comedy club. According to eyewitnesses, he walked onto the stage without introduction, the crowd still cheering, and said, "You think I'm crazy? You think I'm paranoid? Then why did I find a tracker under my car last week?" The crowd went silent. Phones were raised, clips recorded, and once again, within hours, every single video of that moment vanished from social media. Even archived versions on fan pages were mysteriously deleted. The comment sections were flooded with bots posting the same eerie line. Some laughter isn't meant to be heard. Fans began speculating that Chappelle had something tangible proof of government interference. Anonymous friends of Dave told podcasts that he was sitting on an entire hard drive full of confidential recordings, contracts, and emails tying the Kirks to a secret federal entertainment. Fund 1 that funneled money to production companies to control comedic narratives, suppress certain political commentary, and influence public perception. But here's where it gets even darker. A private investigator named Raymond Heller, a man with a reputation for exposing celebrity scandals, appeared on a live stream claiming he'd been contacted by someone inside the FBI who wanted to clear their conscience. Heller said, "The Kirks aren't just connected, they own the cover-up. The Bureau doesn't protect them because they're rich. They protect them because they built the system together." That statement set the internet ablaze. Within a day, a supposed Kirk Foundation spokesperson issued a short, chilling statement to the Hollywood Dispatch. The Kirks have no connection to Mr. Chappelle or any federal matters. Any attempt to tie our family name to such delusions will result in legal action. But that denial only fanned the flames. The next twist came from Dave's own camp, or so it appeared. A series of screenshots circulated online, allegedly from a private text exchange between Chappelle and an unknown contact labeled R. The messages were cryptic. R. They're watching your phones again. Don't meet at the same spot. Chappelle. Too late. They already know. R. Then it's time. Drop the footage. The last message sent chills across the internet. Footage of what? That's when a second, more devastating leak dropped. A blurred still image from what looked like security camera footage inside a luxury home. In the background, 2 men resembling senior Kirk family members were seen with someone who appeared to be an FBI liaison. In the foreground, a briefcase, half open, filled with stacks of cash and a small black flash drive. The caption read, "This is what he saw." Within minutes, Reddit threads exploded. A viral theory emerged claiming that Dave Chappelle had somehow obtained a video proving the Kirks had been paying off high-ranking FBI officials for years, not just for protection, but to silence whistleblowers and manipulate entertainment narratives. But just as the world began connecting dots, a sudden twist flipped the entire story upside down. That evening, Chappelle's verified Instagram account posted a single black image with a caption that read, "They're trying to make me look insane." It stayed up for exactly 1 hour before disappearing, replaced with a post that simply said, "Don't believe everything they leak." No one knew what to believe. Was Dave being silenced or playing the ultimate psychological chess game? Was the footage real or planted? A leaked email, allegedly from an internal Netflix staff chain, surfaced online stating that Chappelle's upcoming special had been indefinitely delayed due to content review. The note ended with an ominous line: "Risk assessment incomplete. External pressure ongoing." And right when everyone thought the story couldn't get more intense, a mysterious voice message began circulating on Telegram, supposedly left on a journalist's phone. The voice, raspy and distorted, said, "You think Dave's the first one they came for? Ask what happened to the others who tried to talk about the Kirks. Ask why their stories never made it out." The message ended with static and then laughter. Dave's laughter? Was it real? Or just another layer of the cover-up? Either way, something had snapped. The battle lines were drawn. Chappelle was no longer just a comedian. He had become a whistleblower, a rebel, a threat to the most powerful forces in entertainment and beyond. And what came next would shake everything to its core. By now, the tension surrounding Dave Chappelle had reached fever pitch. Every entertainment outlet was pretending nothing was happening, yet every corner of the internet was on fire. Reddit was flooded with conspiracy threads. TikTok was exploding with edited clips of his past performances, and users were connecting dots that even Dave himself hadn't acknowledged publicly, or maybe he had, hidden in plain sight. But then came the night that changed everything. It started with an unannounced live stream on a shadowy channel called Dope and Laugh Archives, which suddenly went live to over 600,000 viewers. before being shut down within 15 minutes. The person on camera? A hooded figure sitting in a dimly lit room. The voice was distorted, but the audience swore it was unmistakably Chappelle. He began by saying, "You think it's just jokes. But jokes are truth-wearing makeup. And the truth? Well, they can't let you laugh at that." He then lifted what looked like a stack of printed documents and continued, "This is what the FBI never wanted you to see. This is the Kirk Project. And every one of your favorite comedians has a file in here." Before he could reveal more, the stream cut off. Moments later, the video vanished from every platform, replaced by error messages reading, "This content is restricted in your country." People took screenshots, but even those disappeared from major networks. Within an hour, Twitter users started reporting that their accounts had been locked simply for reposting clips or mentioning the Kirk Project. That's when an insider, allegedly one of Dave's former tour managers, leaked a 12-page document to the underground forum Truth Circuit. The file contained an alleged list of celebrities, comedians, and media figures who were monitored for subversive influence. Each entry contained notes like tone shift, under review, or potential for ideological disruption. And the kicker: each page was stamped with the letters FBIC M Project K. It didn't take long for chaos to erupt. Journalists began asking questions, demanding responses, but every government spokesperson refused to comment. Instead, anonymous bots flooded social media with one strange phrase: "Laughter is compliance." That same night, fans noticed something eerie. Chappelle's verified Twitter account began liking random old posts about whistleblowers, the CIA, and MKUltra. Then, without warning, his account bio changed to, "I warned you," in 2005. The internet lost its mind. Podcasters dissected every detail of his old sketches. In his classic show, Chappelle's Show, fans now claimed he had been dropping coded messages all along, jokes about invisible power structures, secret agencies, and staged entertainment scandals. One TikTok user slowed down an old 2004 interview clip, claiming they could hear Chappelle whispering. They're watching under his breath when the interviewer mentioned Hollywood elites. But just as the paranoia reached its peak, something even more shocking hit the web: an alleged fee whistleblower, identifying themselves only as M. Clay, uploaded an encrypted video to the dark web. In it, they claimed that the FBI had been operating a covert program since the early 2000s designed to influence cultural sentiment through entertainment, according to M. Clay. The Kirks were one of the original financiers of this operation, a deal made through a nonprofit shell organization that funded creative development grants for artists, comedians, and influencers deemed culturally beneficial. The whistleblower alleged that Dave Chappelle accidentally stumbled upon records of these operations, and that's why the FBI wanted him silenced. The final lines of the video sent chills down everyone's spine. They thought comedians were harmless, but they forgot one thing: laughter wakes people up. That's why they're afraid of him. Within 30 minutes of being uploaded, the video disappeared from every major server. Cybersecurity experts called it a coordinated deletion, meaning someone, somewhere, had the power to erase digital footprints faster than they could be mirrored. And then, without any warning, Dave Chappelle's team released a statement through his verified publicist. It read, "Mr. Chappelle is aware of the recent rumors and fabrications circulating online. He has not participated in any unauthorized broadcasts and has no involvement in false conspiracy narratives. Please respect his privacy." But no one bought it. The language was too clean, too corporate, too. Unlike Dave, fans immediately theorized that the statement wasn't written by him, that his team was being pressured to release it. One viral tweet summed up the collective feeling perfectly: "They got to him." "This ain't Dave. This is damage control." And as if to confirm everyone's worst fears, Chappelle's longtime friend and opening act, Tony Woods, posted a cryptic message on Instagram, there rewriting his story. "Just remember what he said. If something happens, don't let them tell you it was a joke. Don't let them tell you it was a joke." Hours later, that post was gone too. People began reporting black SUVs parked outside Chappelle's Ohio farm. Local residents claimed drones were flying overhead at night. One anonymous neighbor told a local paper, "I've lived here 20 years. Never seen anything like this. Feels like they're guarding him or watching him." Meanwhile, Hollywood scrambled. Late-night hosts went silent. Netflix refused to comment on the delayed special. Even other comedians avoided the topic entirely, except for one. A rival comedian, known for his controversial rants, posted on X, "Dave wasn't supposed to open that door. Some of us knew, but he went too far." Now it's damage control mode. That post was later deleted, replaced with a single emoji, the next morning. Chappelle's YouTube channel uploaded a strange, silent, 10-second video titled Proof. It showed nothing but a close-up of a manila folder labeled Project K, Laugh Control. Then the screen went black, and in faint red letters appeared the words, "You'll see what they hid on November 14th. No one knew what that meant. A new stand-up? A documentary? A leak? But one thing was certain, Dave Chappelle had officially crossed a line that no celebrity ever dared to cross. And if what was coming next was real, it's the truth behind the Kirks and the FBI's alleged cover-up. It's about to be revealed to the world. The internet went nuclear. Overnight, hashtags like hashtag Project K, hashtag Dave exposed them, and hashtag Laugh Control files flooded every platform. Twitter threads were spiraling out of control, with users posting screenshots, fake documents, and alleged audio leaks from within the FBI itself. TikTok became a frenzy of self-proclaimed investigators analyzing Chappelle's facial expressions, hand movements, and pauses from old interviews, insisting he'd been dropping warnings for years. Within 24 hours, the story spread from niche conspiracy forums to mainstream headlines, though major outlets treated it with silence, choosing instead to run vague pieces like Dave Chappelle under fire for misinformation or comedian's fans spread dangerous conspiracies. The phrasing was uniform, almost coordinated, as if the same press release had been sent to every newsroom in America. But the public wasn't buying it. Underneath the corporate denial, fans saw the patterns. Comment sections were filled with anger and disbelief. One viral tweet read, "When has Dave ever lied to us? He's the one who walked away instead of selling out. If he says the FBI's hiding something, I believe him." Others weren't so sure. "Come on, guys. This is just another internet illusion. Dave's probably trolling. It's performance art." But the timing of everything was too strange to ignore. Every clip mentioning Project K vanished from YouTube. Channels that re-uploaded even fragments of the live stream were hit with copyright claims from unlisted government entities. Some users reported their entire accounts were shadow banned just for including Chappelle's name in video tags. Meanwhile, a surprising alliance formed among celebrities. Kanye West, who'd been relatively quiet, posted an Instagram story showing a screenshot of Dave's black proof video with the caption, "They tried to silence me too. Now it's his turn. Pray for Dave." The story vanished within 30 minutes, replaced by a blank post with only an eye emoji. Other public figures began to weigh in. Elon Musk tweeted, "Comedy is the last free speech frontier. If this is true, it's worse than anyone thinks." That single tweet racked up 40 million views in less than a day before mysteriously disappearing, replaced by an unrelated post about SpaceX. Then came the podcasts. Every major show, from the Joe Rogan Experience to smaller underground YouTube, commentators was dissecting the situation minute by minute. Clips of Dave's past stand-up moments were being reanalyzed with eerie accuracy. A fan compilation titled Chappelle was warning us all along reached 20 million views in 2 days. It showed a montage of Dave's old jokes about government control, tech surveillance, and corporate censorship, spliced with news headlines that eerily mirrored his punchlines. But the most explosive reaction came from inside Hollywood itself, a former Netflix content strategist, under the alias Mara, posted a 7-minute voice note on X claiming that certain executives had been receiving external requests to postpone or cancel specific stand-up specials, not for political reasons, but for compliance. When asked what compliance meant, Mara explained it's code. Compliance means silence. The audio clip went viral, prompting #Netflix cover up to trend worldwide. Within hours, Mara's account was deleted. Journalists tried to trace her identity but found nothing. No LinkedIn, no employment record, not even a trace of her real voice in old interviews. Meanwhile, fans organized online watch parties where they replayed Chappelle's old specials, pausing and decoding supposed hidden symbols in the background. One frame from his Equanimity special, showing a red lamp on stage shaped eerily like the Kirk family crest, became the centerpiece of thousands of theories. And just when the situation couldn't get any wilder, a major late-night show finally addressed it, kind of. During his monologue, Jimmy Kimmel laughed awkwardly and said, "Dave's doing what Dave does best, making people crazy. Let's just hope he's joking this time." The audience's laughter was nervous, uneven. Online, fans froze the moment and zoomed in on Kimmel's expression, his eyes shifting off-camera mid-laugh. Within minutes, a new wave of claims erupted that Kimmel had been warned not to discuss the Kirks on-air news. Agencies began pulling journalists off the story. Independent reporters on Substack claimed they were receiving cease and desist emails from unnamed law firms. Others reported their personal emails were hacked. And then, like a spark in gasoline, the controversy jumped global. British tabloids, South Korean entertainment outlets, and even Middle Eastern news agencies started reporting Chappelle's secret war with the FBI. It was no longer an American scandal. It was an international crisis of information. Fans in London staged protests outside Netflix headquarters, holding signs reading "Let Dave Speak" and "Free the K." Files. Videos of crowds chanting "We stand with Chappelle" echoed through social media. But at the same time, something darker was happening. Chappelle's official website went offline without explanation. His tour dates were quietly postponed. One particularly disturbing rumor circulated online that Dave had gone into hiding. A fan claimed to have seen black vans leaving his Ohio property late at night. Another claimed to have overheard panic in his team. And in the middle of all that, an unverified Reddit account claiming to be part of Dave's inner circle posted one cryptic message before vanishing. He's not missing. He's waiting for their next move. They think they've buried the truth. But the truth has legs. The world waited, holding its breath. Every tweet, every rumor, every silence felt like a ticking clock, because everyone knew if Dave Chappelle was really gone. If he had really vanished, then something bigger than comedy was at stake, and the question that haunted every fan, every journalist, and every government agent watching from the shadows was simple. What happens when the world's most fearless truth-teller decides to fight back? Then, just as the internet began to grieve, assuming Dave Chappelle had gone silent forever, an untraceable livestream appeared. It had no title, no thumbnail, no scheduled upload, just a black screen. But tens of thousands of people joined within minutes. Sensing something monumental was about to happen, the camera flickered on. A dark room. The faint hum of a generator. Then, the unmistakable voice of Dave Chappelle, calm, serious, and colder than anyone had ever heard it before. "They think they can erase me," he said, "but I've been recording everything. Every meeting. Every threat. Every lie." He paused, then lifted a small black flash drive toward the camera. This is the real reason they're afraid." The screen glitched. For a brief second, a file directory appeared, dozens of file names labeled things like Project K_01, Media Manipulation _2006, FBI_Carresp_Joint Tops. Viewers started screenshotting, recording, screaming in the chat. But before the files could be opened, the video cut to static. Seconds later, livestream vanished entirely. Panic spread like wildfire. Viewers flooded social media, demanding to know what was on the drive. Every post with the hashtag Project K was instantly throttled, shadow banned, or deleted. One tech YouTuber who claimed to have recorded the entire stream had his account terminated and all backups removed within hours. And then came the chilling part. Several users on the dark web began circulating a new video, supposedly a recording taken after the stream ended. It showed Dave in the same room, whispering into the camera, "If you're seeing this, I didn't make it out." The screen cut to black. The title of the video, FinalLaugh.mp4, double quotes. It was reposted hundreds of times, but each upload disappeared within minutes. Even the mirrored copies on encrypted platforms were deleted. Tech experts were baffled. "It's like someone has a kill switch across the entire internet," one anonymous coder posted. But then, something strange happened. Billboards across Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago suddenly glitched, digital signs flickering with a single message before returning to normal advertisements. The message read, "The truth isn't a joke." November 14th, the same date from Dave's cryptic proof video weeks earlier. Fans began flooding Reddit and X, convinced this was the moment Dave had promised, that on November 14th, something massive would drop. A data dump, a documentary, a confession. But the Kirks weren't sitting idle. Within 24 hours, an official statement surfaced through multiple mainstream news outlets. It was labeled as a federal security advisory, warning that false digital materials and AI-generated misinformation related to an ongoing investigation were expected to circulate online. The statement specifically named comedian figures involved in disinformation campaigns. The timing was too perfect. It wasn't just a warning, it was a preemptive strike. The message was clear: discredit anything that came next yet. While the FBI dismissed everything as deepfake hysteria, independent cybersecurity experts began noticing something odd. A massive surge in encrypted file transfers across Europe and Asia. Anonymous accounts claimed these were fragments of the Project K data, split into hundreds of small packets and shared through hidden servers. Some users claimed to have decrypted one piece. It allegedly contained an email chain between a federal liaison and a Kirk family representative, discussing influencing narrative direction in late-night comedy. Whether real or fake, it didn't matter. The world had already chosen sides. Then, at exactly midnight on November 14th, something unprecedented happened. Netflix's homepage globally glitched for less than 30 seconds. During that time, the top banner changed to a static black and white photo of Dave Chappelle, staring directly into the camera with the text, "They told you it was just jokes." No one knew how it appeared or who uploaded it. Netflix denied any involvement, but users from every country confirmed seeing the same thing at the exact same moment, and then silence. Dave Chappelle's social media accounts went completely dark. His website redirected to a 404 page that briefly displayed a single sentence. Before refreshing, Laughter is truth's last weapon. No one has heard from him since. Some say he's gone underground. Others say he's protected by whistleblower groups overseas. And a few believe he's already released everything hidden inside encrypted comedy sketches scattered across the internet. Waiting to be decoded. The only certainty left. Is that something huge is still coming? Because, as the clock ticks, one haunting question remains. If Dave Chappelle was right, what else have they been hiding from us all along? So here's where things stand. The world has gone silent. The evidence has vanished. And Dave Chappelle's final message echoes louder than ever. Laughter is truth's last weapon. But the question now is, are you paying attention? Because this story isn't over. Whatever happens on November 14th could rewrite everything we thought we knew about comedy, power, and the way truth is hidden in plain sight. Will the files leak? Will Dave return? Or will the Kirks and the FBI bury the truth for good? You need to decide what side you're on if you believe Dave's message deserves to be heard. Smash that like button until it breaks. Share this video before it disappears because we don't know how long it'll stay up. And drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the Kirks are real? Or is this the biggest psyop in entertainment history? Was the FBI silencing Dave? Or protecting us from something even darker? And most importantly, if he really did release those files, what do you think they contain? We'll be tracking every update, every unexplained disappearance as it unfolds. So make sure you're subscribed, turn on notifications, and stay locked in, because this isn't just another celebrity scandal. This could be the story that changes how we see truth itself. Keep your eyes open. Watch the signs. And remember, in a world built on lies, the biggest threat is someone who makes people laugh and think at the same time. Dave Chappelle tried to warn us. The question is, will we listen before it's too late?